Welcome back to another episode of Important Miscellaneous Talks. I'm your host, Glassford Crossfield, and today we have a very special guest. Please introduce yourself.
Well, hey, all right. Introduce myself. Almost felt like an interrogation. Please introduce yourself. My name is DJ Hunts.
All right. So tell the people who you exactly are and what exactly that you do. How would you describe it?
Yeah, I am. I basically do TikToks for a living. I do social media for a living. I basically am known for facial expressions and taking audios and making my own skits to make funny videos, make funny content.
That you are. What would you say what exactly brought you to TikTok?
I downloaded it as a joke, honestly. Dude, it was just everybody was like a few years ago, everybody was kind of making fun of it and making fun of like these strange videos that nobody really got unless you were in the TikTok community. And I just kind of just downloaded to see what it was about. And basically that's how I got started and started scrolling through videos, and I found some funny content, and eventually one thing led to another.
Did you ever think that your TikTok would get this big?
No, it was all just me having fun with it and seeing what would happen, and it turned out well.
Nice. Wow, I think that's a common story for a lot of people. Like they just keep doing it and you never know, and then boom, out of nowhere you just blow up.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man. You know, it's funny with I had before I started doing the whole lip sync and comedy sketch thing, I posted one video of like my friends, and I'm saying this because this is how TikTok be sometimes. Like you may do, you could be posting like a lot of stuff and you get like 100 views, maybe 1,000 sometimes. And then it was like that one video that's you filmed at random, and I filmed like my friends playing Dance Revolution, and they're just being goofballs, being idiots, not in sync. And then scroll over to somebody else, another couple playing Dance Revolution. They were just like in sync, like beating them out. And and they were Oriental, so on my title I put like USA versus China, and then put like a whole song to it. And it did well. It did pretty well for just starting out. But then afterwards, unless I posted the same thing or posted similar stuff, it didn't do well. So TikTok be like that sometimes,
Yeah, it's a very, like, I would say a love-hate app, because I have nowhere near your following, but I have like 70,000 on TikTok, and there's some videos that you do well in, like you don't expect to do well in. The videos you really put your blood, sweat, and tears in, nobody ever sees it. Yeah. And then like I encourage a lot of people to get on TikTok, because that's the app best for organic view, and they put a lot of effort into it, then they get like a few hundred views, and then you'll see somebody else who put virtually no effort into it blow up and get millions.
TikTok definitely is definitely a love-hate it. You either love it at times and you hate it at times, or you completely love it or you completely hate it. And so yeah, it is tough, because I have had some TikToks. I have put a lot of work into it. I think there was one I put like, it was like a 3-minute video I put together, which is like the longest you can do. And for the effort and the work I put into it, it was just like the payoff was not there. It just was not what I was hoping for. And I was almost like, man, I could have just cut this down to 30 seconds, bro, and could save myself some time instead of put all this effort in it. Or I could have spent more time making a couple other random videos and they probably would have done well, So yeah, TikTok has such a freaking weird algorithm, and I think in some aspects, or in a lot of aspects, I think it's very manipulative, very controlled. So sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it's just not fair. Sometimes it's just not fair.
No, for real. Do you know the longest time that you've ever spent preparing for a video? I mean, like making a video, basically.
I would say the longest I probably put in, and this is the beginning, so I was really just trying to work things out with TikTok. I think the longest I put in was probably like 2.5 hours for a TikTok.
Wow.
And then it was I think one of them, if not one of the few that I put the longest time into, was probably like Over on the Bench TikTok, which is like my most popular most viewed TikTok that I've made. And because the reason it took forever for me to do that is because I would be dressing in and out between each scene, and I had like 3-4 characters in that. So instead of like filming one character all the way through, I was like, okay, here's this character, and next this part's change. Okay, change. Okay, then change. And plus, I was in filming in different places. It wasn't all in the same spot. So I filmed one place at the table. Okay, change, set up, film in a place in the table. Switch, change, fills up, fill back into the table. Switch, change, and then just go back and forth like that. Just like, doing it like that. And I think that's the reason why some of these videos took me 2.5 hours. It's because I was literally going like character by character by character by character, each scene change swap and stuff like that, instead of just film a way through, which I eventually learned later in my career on TikTok.
Did that video in particular do well?
Right now it's sitting at 24 mil.
Nice. Okay.
It's over a year old. That was like one of the oldest ones. So that was like when I was like still trying to figure out TikTok, and didn't understand everything. So I was just doing it, just what I knew how to do.
Got you. So have you ever been noticed on the street yet?
Oh yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels good, man. It feels good. It's really cool. It's reassuring knowing that there are people that do care about you, and people do like your stuff, and you do have fans out there, and it's really cool.
So where do you hope to take your TikTok career?
That's a question, like a lot of people ask me about. And even to this day, bro, I'm still like, anything could I really don't know, man. I'm kind of just like, literally, this whole journey of mine has literally been just like writing it out and seeing it where it goes. I'm kind of already making moves to get into like different scenes, like trying to get into the music scene. Talking with one dubstep artist and about making a track and kind of getting out there. I want to maybe do some commercials, maybe do some acting. I thought about doing stand-up comedy too, and really get my own jokes out there, and really trying to like create my own, be the guys who I'm doing all the lip sync to,
Yeah, I can definitely see you having a stand-up career and like some sort of like a short type of thing, like short film, like 10-minute kind of thing.
Yeah, 10-minute.
Or like sketch comedy. I can see you doing sketch comedy as well.
Sketch comedy, yeah. And I'm already kind of pushing on YouTube. I have been pushing more gaming than I have anything. I've really been pushing my Twitch, pushing my YouTubes on from TikTok to there, and kind of just doing games and doing that because I enjoy gaming. I enjoy doing all that stuff, and this is kind of like the other side of me that people don't get to see on TikTok. And it's like a new thing that people could venture into.
Do you ever get annoyed with the amount of people approaching you consistently?
No, I don't get annoyed.
Interesting. So anybody asks for a picture, autograph, whatever the case may be, like you always stop and say something?
Yeah, always.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm an easy guy to come up to. Like I'm not some hot shot who thinks he's all that, or has I'm not like that at all. I'm always down to chill, chat, take a picture, whatever, do a TikTok, with anybody who has the guts to come up to me, because I know what it feels like, don't want to feel awkward and don't want to be that guy, so yeah, I'm an easy to come to guy.
I definitely appreciate that, because a lot of people, they get annoyed, they don't want to be in character all the time. Sometimes you're out with your friends and family, you don't want to necessarily be that guy on TikTok in a particular moment in time. So it's definitely, I appreciate people like you, and you were the first person. I reached out to like a lot of people for something like this, and you were the first person. You responded relatively quickly, and guys, if you ever see him, man, he's very approachable. He's a cool guy, man. Appreciate it. So what are some tips that you would give to someone who's aspiring to start their own TikTok career?
You gotta just have fun. Honestly, like I said, like we've kind of agreed earlier, it's a love-hate relationship. You're gonna put blood, sweat, and tears in TikTok if it's not gonna do well, and then you're gonna do something that you just did off the cuff, for whatever reason that you didn't think was gonna do well, and that's gonna blow up. So you just gotta learn to be content with what you get, you know, love what you want to do. Don't try don't sell yourself short. Don't try to do trends or stupid things that
Mm.
other people started. Be yourself. I mean, you want to make your mark. You want to make your mark on TikTok. So just be yourself. It's all I saw. It's really what I can really say. Then just be so engaging with your fans. Engage your followers. Treat your followers like they're very special, and that they mean something. So that's what I would say. That would be my tips.
Kind of carve out your own lane.
Mm-hmm. Cover it your own lane. It's not wrong to do trends. Something like I posted up a TikTok yesterday with the whole Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram being down, and so I just had an idea and posted that up. It didn't take me long at all, and it did pretty well. It's already it's at 200K. It's not mills, but I'm satisfied for something that I thought of and it was relevant at the time and kind of did. So yeah, you just gotta just enjoy it. You just gotta enjoy it, and then you just gotta go for it. Some people have a lot of fear of putting some of their own stuff out there, and they're afraid that people aren't gonna like it, and that they're gonna get a lot of hate for it, and then they're just gonna feel like they shut down and just completely shut down from that. So it's just like you gotta get past that. You gotta overcome that fear of what people might think or say, and you gotta just do what you love to do.
I would definitely agree with that fair part because I'm sure as well as many other people, like, a lot of people in your circle that you're probably like, you can do the same, like, you're funnier than me. Like, you can do the same things as me, if not at a grander scale, but they don't want to do it, or it seems tedious, it seems like a waste of time, or it seems too hard. I'm like, yo, like, you're way funnier than me. Like, anything that I can do, you can probably do better. Like,
Maybe.
and so many people don't even want to put it out there. That's the first step. Just put it out there, and if it doesn't work, just try something else. Just keep trying.
Try something else. Yeah, do it again, do it again, but better. That's the other thing too. Is you got to be willing to receive constructive criticism too. I don't know who that might be for everybody because who not that many people maybe in your circle that know how to act or do certain things. But that's something that also comes to. It's like you got to be try to get connected with people who've been doing it for a while. Like lucky, I mean, for me, like I'm very well connected with Josh Darnett and David Lopez, some of these guys that were like big on Vine and on YouTube, and I have Josh Darnett who lives not too far away from me, so it's easy for us to kind of come up with something to collab. And he's been doing it way longer than I have, and so he gives me like a couple tips, like something like with filming, if you're looking this way, you want to make sure you film your clip so you're looking this way, that way you're not both looking small things like that, And so you got to be able to. At the same time, you got to be able to take the heat. Here's my other advice too. If you do have some haters, don't give them any attention. I hate when people make TikToks like highlighting their haters' comment, because all that does now is just gives everybody more of a reason to write more hateful comments so that they can be featured in your video, whether they mean it or not. It's like you got to just ignore the haters and not let them get inside your head or make a public thing about it.
I agree. And that's one thing I noticed too, because I realized that there's no level of positivity that will exclude you from having haters. There is no level of I've seen people just like only post motivation and love and still get haters. I would never understand it.
People do whatever they can to get attention, bro. I mean, that's how I look at it. People are just saying anything to like get attention, get comments, looking for a fight because that's the only attention they feel like they get. And I'm sure there's a million reasons. You gotta just like not feed into it. You personally need to not feed into that. People in the comment section want to feed into it and go on this debate. Let them have at it, But as soon as you get involved and you start picking sides, then it becomes a little more stressful than what you want it to be.
So what would you say was your like your quote unquote I made it moment in TikTok? Like what was that moment for you?
Um, yeah, it depends on what do you mean like made it? Like I was able to financially keep myself stable and do this full time, or the part where like okay, I feel like I'm made it now, I'm famous, I'm a public figure on TikTok, you
Yeah.
know.
So I will go with both. Which particular moment in time did you realize that all right, like this can be like what I can do for the rest of my life,
Right. Okay.
and kind of yeah, like I'm a notable guy now. Like people
Right.
recognize me.
So yeah, I would say the I'll start with like the moment where I felt like I was notable and like I'm somebody on TikTok. I would say it
Mhm.
was the time when I got first noticed outside of TikTok, when I got noticed out in the public. I was like some dude was working. I don't know if he was doing construction. He was working on some kind of apartments that was close to the beach I was at, and he looked at me. He recognized me. He said, "Yo, you're the dude from TikTok." And I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
thanks, man." It was like the first time I got recognized, and at that point, I was like, "Yep, I think I'm making myself something known on TikTok." And then I've other couple instances like that in other places. I would say the time when I feel like I knew I could financially keep myself stable and this is something I can do for the rest of my life, and as well go on to the next level. Was basically when kind of the TikTok Creators Fund came about, because I
Mhm.
wasn't making any money from these TikToks beforehand,
Mhm.
and I was just like, so I was like working at Amazon, being a delivery driver at the time, making these TikToks in the beginning. And I was like, well, this is fun. This is cool on the side. Get my little side gig over here doing TikTok, and still working a full time job too. Doing delivering packages. And then when that whole Creators Fund came about, and I was making money off of just like doing live streams, I was like, well, live streams are good. It's not. I can't rely on people's donations because it may come, it may not come.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter how many followers you are. And that whole live stream thing is a whole nother
Yeah, I feel you.
stressful topic taking this out. Anyway, but when they came with the Creators Fund and I started getting some ad deals, I was just like, okay, this, and this. I think I'm able to do it. Kind of prepared, and then even went out there and tried to get some merch and kind of like all this backups and kind of like put all these things in place. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
I think if I have this all together right here, I think I can be able to do it. And it was around September of last year that I told my boss, hey, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. I'm going to take a shot at this TikTok gig. And
Your
then
exact words? Your exact words?
yep, those were it. I was like, hey, I'm going to take a
I
shot at this.
That is legendary. So how far into your TikTok career did you quit?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was the one, I think it was I'm going to say it was around April. It was around April 20. Yeah, April of 2020. That's when it was. Yeah, April 2020 is when I posted up the Pop-Tart skit, which was, in my opinion, was like one of the first viral video, at
Mm-hmm.
least for me it was. And then so from April to September. So April,
About five
May,
months.
June, about 5 months. 5 months into it, that's when it was like had like I think like over mil, almost 2 mil around that time. Um, had a good stable. The creative fund was coming in, a lot of good donations from live streams and all that stuff. And so, yeah, it was around 5 months after that, I quit my job.
Nice. And like, what was your schedule of posting? Like, you was posting like one video every single day.
Yeah, I think when I was still working, I was posting like one video a day, maybe one every other day, just because I didn't have the time
Mm-hmm.
to do it all. But then after I quit my job, it was more like two a day, sometimes three a day. I kept an average of like doing two a day.
Got you. Got you.
And I was keeping eyes on my analytics, making sure, okay, what time was everybody on? I'll
Mm-hmm.
post it like an hour, a couple hours beforehand. Maybe post one right on the time that everybody's on. And so just kind of testing it out, and try, see when's the best time to post.
So, if I'm not mistaken, was Perry the Platypus the logo of yours at one particular point in time?
It was, yeah, it was. So, yeah, basically one of the earlier videos I did was Perry the Platypus. And the reason I did that was because, I had one person comment and said, "Hey, Dan Povermind's following you." And my first reaction was like, "Well, who's that?" And so I looked him up and I was like, "Oh, it's the creator of Phineas and Ferb." So that's when I got the idea. I was like, "Man, I got to do something. I'm gonna do something big. Maybe I can get Dan Povermind to do it or something like that." And so that's where I bought like 2 things of paint. Still have it to this day. Wasn't body paint. I found that out the hard way. That's the bet. Yeah, I thought it was body paint. Looked at it. No, put it on. It's like, this isn't body paint. Screw it. We're gonna do it anyway. So and then basically use like a sound from Phineas and Ferb, like a Perry the Platypus sound, and made that video. And then I had a fan who was known for drawing art and doing like logos and stuff. He made a TikTok of me as Perry the Platypus, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that's gonna be my new profile picture." And so and now then I took that, put it on merch, put it on stickers, just went off on that.
Got you. Because I was thinking like, wow, you maybe were just a big Phineas and Ferb fan. That's what my initial thought was. You didn't even know who. I didn't know his name either, but I figured like you were like one of those diehard Phineas and Ferb fans, or you thought you just remember like you resembled Perry.
Oh yeah, and no, it was there was a little bit of that because I'm known for doing my lazy eye. Then when you look at Perry, it looks like he does have a lazy eye, and so I kind of was like, "Oh, dude, I could totally go off on this." You
can run with it.
Yeah, I like Phineas and Ferb, but I would say I'm definitely not a big fan. Not by I don't have anything against the TV series. It's just I was just like not into it as much. I just was watching anime more than I was watching Disney at the time. So. But I knew about it, and then obviously now I know more about it than with Dan Povermind,
So, what do you, in your opinion, what is what area of your life has TikTok had the biggest impact on? Like, what's the biggest way it changed your life?
Oh, that's a good question. The biggest way, how has it changed my life? It's honestly, it's taught the biggest impact it's probably had on my life. It's helped me to be so much more confident in myself, more confident in who I am as a person, and the potential of what I can do, and the ability of how far I can take it to. So it's really helped me in that, and just like that self-motivation, very confident, person in me. And yeah, it's pushed me to the point where like, this is, I never could have dreamed of doing stuff like this. I never thought I was going to be like this. And then now kind of seeing fruition, I was like, man, this is crazy. And so, yeah.
So how would you say is the best way for you to bring your personality out on screen? Because that's something like even I struggle with sometimes. Like I know like I'm pretty charismatic, but that may not always show in my videos or my podcasts or whatever the case may be. So how do you go about doing that?
Yeah, man. I mean, when it comes to doing what I do, bro, I mean, it's really all about like body movement and facial expressions. Honestly,
got you.
If you can put on a good face and you can lip sync good, or you could create something funny and put it out there and fit it, and you're not afraid to go back and redo it and see, oh, I can do better. Like, I think that's what it really comes down to, especially if you're doing like lip sync, bro. It's all about facial expressions, And then along with, if a lot of people who do what I do too, also do cosplay, and just having good cosplay at that time too. But I would say if you're not doing cosplay and you're just doing like lip syncs and doing what I'm doing, like facial expressions, body movements, literally trying to put yourself in that situation that they're talking about, that you're lip syncing to.
Got you. So what would you say is who are some of your favorite TikTokers?
That's always a hard question for me, man. I really don't have a particular favorite.
Give me top three. Give me top three.
I have friends. I have friends that I've connected to and I do like. I would say Youth Pastor Ryan is one of them. He's a funny guy, really close like too. I like Shay Aiden. He's a good guy too. And then I would say, who's another guy? This is like where I think I have to really think about like what I'm because this is a question I don't really talk about. I don't really think about.
Yeah, a lot of your friends are TikTokers, so if you exclude somebody, you kind of feel like, damn.
There's always this, yeah. I mean, there's always that. I also love what is it, Splez and like Splez. These guys who do VR chat with like the Mickey VR chat guy. I don't know if you ever seen it. He goes, oh, like with the Mickey suit on. Splez, yeah. I find that absolutely hilarious. And so that's like one of my videos of like, oh, when I see Splez, I'm like, I'll stick around and watch that a little bit and see what they got going because they just do funny stuff and makes me laugh. So those are some of the people who I like. I say as of now, like watch and kind of, stick around to see what they're doing.
Would you say that being a TikToker is hard?
Yes and no. Yes, it is. Because you're always, I would say it's hard like this. There's a lot of stress on you now because now if you're trying to if this is like your job now and you're trying to make it, like the stress is on, the pressure is on because now you're your own boss. And if something doesn't work, you need to come up with something that you hope that does work. You're always trying to be creative. You're working every day, even on you want to take days off. You're always in your head like, when's a good time to post? What should I do tomorrow? It's always like that, and that stress and that pressure. But as far as like the labor and as far as like the actual work, I guys into once you get good at it, once you get good at making the TikToks that you do, it becomes easy. You know when to film, you know where to set up, you know how you want to do it. So like the time it takes to actually make some TikToks now, like I said, it took me like 2.5 hours at max. Now it probably takes me like 30, 45 minutes. Even if it even gets to 45 minutes, depends on how long it is. I don't even think it takes that long per TikTok. And then there's some TikToks that are just like shorter, which takes no time. And it's just like, so that's the easy part, but it's like the labor, the stress. Okay.
Even the editing process, like it might take you 30 minutes to film, but even like putting in like the subtitles, whatever the case may be, or like the trial and error all together takes 30 to 45 minutes now.
Yeah.
Nice. You got pretty good at it then. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it every day since, September of last year, you know what I'm saying? So I put the time and effort into it and eventually you get good at it. So yeah, that's what I say. What's easy about it and what's hard about it.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people think like a lot of TikTokers are quote unquote untalented, but I know if those same people were to kind of go into the TikTok realm, they wouldn't have that same level of success as they see. I think it's a lot harder than a lot of people believe it is.
Yeah, it is, because it's just TikTok it's just like it's its own thing, honestly, or it can be its own thing. I understand if a celebrity gets on there, it's like, oh, they'll do well because they've already been known. And people scroll on their TikTok and it's like, oh my gosh, is this the actual like Will Smith or is this the actual Billie Eilish or whoever, And then it's like, oh, cool, I gotta watch what they're doing, and they may do nothing and do well because it's just they're on there now, But as far as like somebody who's like, yeah, I would say like somebody like, say someone like Jacksepticeye, big on YouTube. Everybody knows him everybody pretty much knows him. I would be surprised if somebody doesn't know him. And they come onto TikTok and it's just like, they're trying to do what everybody else on TikTok is doing. And they may not do as well as expected because it's its own thing. And it's just like, oh, well, this guy does it better, or this person does it better, or he's seen it, so it can be a hit and miss sometimes.
What would you say has been your coolest famous TikTok moment? Like something maybe like a celebrity reached out to you, or like someone surprisingly watched your content, or someone surprisingly recognized you. What do you think has been your coolest famous TikTok moment thus far?
I would definitely say that is filming with Dr. Phil. Making a TikTok with
Dr. Phil. I saw that.
That is, I would say that was probably the coolest moment. Something bigger than that is coming up too, and I can't say it just yet. but that was like the coolest moment because yeah, I got a chance to film with Dr. Phil, and yeah, and it was just kind of like it was like we were in his office, me and a couple other TikTokers in there. I was like, I want to do something, but I don't know what. But I know what I wanted, but I know I want to do something. And someone's like, you'd have Dr. Phil just kick you out of his office. I'm just like, let's do it. And so we just we started filming and we went like that, and it just came off like that. And I was just like, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And so that was probably one of my favorite moments. Probably my most favorite moment to was me being able to film a TikTok with Dr. Phil.
Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to him? Like, how
Yeah,
did that
they
go
reached
down?
they reached out to me. They reached out to me. Basically, yeah. They reached out to me, to do some other stuff, and then after we did all that stuff, we filmed I said let's film a TikTok.
Okay. Well, was it Dr. Phil personally or his team?
It was his team.
Got you. So, what would you say is your favorite skit so far that you've ever done?
Ooh, not a lot. um, I would say my favorite skit that I've done that I'm very proud of, that I'm glad it did very well. It's like one of the best TikToks I ever did was probably Mom's Advice Too Late.
Yeah, I think I
And
remember that. You
yeah,
could explain what that was again?
so that was it's a TikTok using a comedian by Tim Hawkins audio. It's like it's a stand up, and it's a joke about how moms give advice too late. Like if you bump your head on the floor,
Yes, I remember this.
afterwards they'll come in and say careful, and it's just,
I remember that. That did very well too.
yeah. So that was like, yeah, that was one of my proudest moments. I think another proud TikTok I made was probably like what's another good one? I got a few. Oh, what was it? I would say one of the other proud ones, because this was an original, was my first story time TikTok about how my dog got outside and ran away from him, and I had to catch him, and then he took off again. I had to catch him again, and it was like this whole story time video of me and my dog, and that was like the first original content I kind of put out there,
Mm,
and so that was like one of the first times, and that's where like, okay, I could really start to make my own stuff, and it would do fine. So
okay, so that one did well. The story time.
mhm.
Nice. That's a very good sign, because a lot of TikTokers, when they try to venture off into like a different kind of content, the fans don't necessarily resonate with it as much. So
Mhm.
that was definitely a good sign for you.
It was a good sign, yeah, from the beginning. I mean, even now, bro, like some of the fans don't resonate with some of my original content either.
Mm-hmm.
Like some they just flop,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like they're just not used to it. They don't like it. They don't find it as funny. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
But I know that that's exactly what I have to do and where I want to go with it. Because it's just you can't just like use people audios all the time. You
Right.
gotta,
Mm-hmm.
you want to try to do something that's original so that people can come up, so that people can lip sync your videos. And I remember one of the other original ones I did. This is like one of those like one off. I didn't think it was going to do well. Hey, it actually did really well. Was when I tested out one of the TikTok filters, and where it's like a time warp, and wherever it however you made your face, that's how it stays. And then I looked like a freaking sloth from Goonies. And I went, "Hey, you guys!" And then that did like freaking well. That was like, and did really well. So you just it's just, yeah. I would say for anybody who's solely used to just doing lip syncs and all that stuff, like I would say again, venture out, because TikTok's not going to always be there, and eventually the lip syncs are going to get boring and people are going to get over it,
Mm-hmm.
and then find somebody who is original.
Yeah. The ones that you're mentioning, I remember watching these in my head. Like, you have a few good ones, but I might have to go back and start scrolling again, man.
Mm-hmm. I got a
Well,
few originals out there. I got a couple originals that did very well. And again, there's also some originals and some other lip syncs that didn't do well. Could have been better. There's also, I've also done like the whole "Have you tried" soda reviews that are will
mm,
occasionally do well.
mhm.
Averagely they do all right. They do all right. And all it is just me drinking sodas, testing them out, and giving my 2 cents about it.
Got you. So, what would you say is some of the things that you do that are when you're not on TikTok, when you're not recording? What are some of the things you like to do?
I like to eat. I like to
Same.
eat. I like to when I get done working or get done filming for the day, dude. I like to go out and get a burger. Today I finished up filming. I went to Chick-fil-A. I actually went a little bit. There's a Chick-fil-A that's like really close to me, but it's temporarily close. And then I drove couple more extra minutes to the next nearest Chick-fil-A and travel. Like stuff like that. I like to when I got the time, I'll usually because I keep my day pretty preoccupied. Like if I'm not making TikToks or I'm not posting TikToks, I'm usually like on Twitch streaming, playing like Fortnite or whatever on there. And like to DJ. That's another thing I like to do.
Got
I am
you.
a DJ. My name is this DJ is not my name. It is what I do. So I do that
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Learn something new.
DJ Hunts. Yep. Yeah. No, people always like, is that your name or is that what you do? No, I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ. I was a DJ before this, and I'm carrying it on with TikTok.
Got you.
So I do that too. I've never done any festivals, but I'll do like live streams, and I've done connected with some like a group here in San Diego that'll ask me occasionally to come up there and DJ on their boards. And then yeah, occasionally I like to go to the beach and I'll either like surf or kind of just walk the beach or just like being at the beach. It's like one of my comfort places to be at. And so yeah, that's basically it. Other than that, I'm sleeping or watching anime.
Got you. So, if you didn't have a TikTok career, what would you be doing for a living?
I'd probably still be working at Amazon.
Mm.
Probably still be working at Amazon and then just living life, Um, Either that or I'd probably be like a full-time missionary out somewhere. I was
Nice.
very, was very active when I had time and the money to like, take time off and go out. I do missionary trips, and then I've been to like Papua New Guinea. I've been to Peru. I've been to Mexico a few times,
Mm.
Ireland. Yeah, I've been to a bunch of places. I think I like to preach the gospel. It's nerve wracking sometimes, but it's just one of those things I'm just good at doing. I can really relate with people and talk with people, and those are some of the things I did. And I just love traveling the world. So if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, either I'd still be working at Amazon doing full time work and paying rent, all that stuff, or I'd probably just be, I don't know, probably like in England, like working with the church out there and doing missionary work.
Got you. Wow. You live an interesting life. You ever think about writing a book?
Uh if I could have someone write it for me, I'll tell them what I want. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know about me personally writing it. I don't think I could do it justice by me writing it, but it's an idea.
Got you.